there are two more panels. This one is CGT self-assessment, that's capital gains. So if you sold any properties, again, the final one is a summary, is a print view summary of everything that you have input into the tax return. Again, I will show it to you in a PDF format because of the PPS numbers. So that's exactly what you would see on the screen. So all her personal details, residency, self-employment income. So everything that we have input into the form until now, you can review it. You can go through everything again. If the panels were blank, it will tell you there are no entries in this panel. So RT self-assessment, the last one that we looked at, it will at the end show you your final tax liability to pay. You review it step by step. The last one is your total liability. So this is the amount payable by Kate for year 2019. Okay, so in the live system, at the end of the screen, you would have an option approve and submit. So that would be your tax return submitted. Okay. In this offline system, you don't have this option. So Kate has to pay 2022 for year 2019, and in preliminary tax for year 2020, she would have to pay the same amount. So 4,000 altogether. So that was one scenario. I can see 1 hour has passed very quickly, so it took us a little bit more time than expected. So let's move on. In the second scenario, I'm not going to repeat the same panels, go through each one, because it's exactly the same return. It's just the different information. I will just go through the particulars which relate to this particular example. So the married couple, just let me open the I can show it to you on this screen. You can see the first one exactly the same as the other. So as the other example, so personal details for this married couple. As I said earlier, this case is a married couple, John White and Mary White, I think. John is working as a PAYE employee. He's not trading, but he's the assessable spouse. That is why the return will be submitted under his name, and Kate's and Mary's trading income will be added to their return. Okay, so that's the first screen again. Personal information about both of them. Status, the same screen, the same field I showed you in the one. This one is saying married, jointly assessed for taxes. Okay. So as I said earlier, you cannot, the system will allow you to change it here, but it will not agree to what the revenue has in the record. So you have to declare to them if you want to be separately assessed. The same information exactly as in the previous scenario. There is one additional screen with personal details for the spouse, for Mary. So the first one was for John as the main assessable spouse. The other one is for Mary. So her surname, her first name, date of birth, and so on, gender, date of marriage for both of them has to be entered here, and all the rest is the same as in the first scenario, with the difference that you see two columns for yourself and for the spouse. So again, residency status, you tick for both. Resident, ordinarily resident, domiciled, tick for both in both columns. Country of which you are national, they are both Irish nationals, and again the same, exactly the same information as in the first scenario. Nothing untypical here. Okay, we are coming back to our ROS application now, and you see the second return for the second scenario. Exactly the same panels on the left-hand side, but we have a married couple here. We have gone through personal details in the PDF. Now we are on the second screen, which relates to self-employed income. Again, Mary's trading, John is not trading. So we are entering trade one for the spouse. We need to tick this box. It's not self, it's not John, it's his spouse, Mary. Her trade is she's a beautician. RCT, no, not related. She's not a building contractor. Again, her profit, similarly to the other scenario, her total net profit after deducting all the expenses for the year, her profit was 30,000. Then we are going to the particulars of trading accounts, extracts from the accounts. So the same period, January to December 19, and again details of her profit and loss. Her income, so sales before any expenses. So the total figure she made from selling her beauty services is 80,000. She didn't have any grants from the government, no other trading income.